So today what we're doing is diagnosing a step mill. You push any of the buttons here on the console. You want to bring the camera over and check out these buttons. So you look at any of those buttons, you can see not a single one does a single thing. Normally there'd be beeps behind these. So then we'll come up here to these buttons up here. You see they're plugged in directly to the back of the console. Push the button. You get beeps from all of them. So what we're going to be doing on live here for you is checking out why. So we're going to start by turning off and unplugging the machine. It's a good place to start out doing anything. And then we're going to disconnect the console. We already have most of the screws out, so we're just going to take this back one out. You want to bring the camera over here. So there are 5 screws along this whole base of the console. The one back here, especially kind of a pain to get to. But after you do that, you lift up.
Get a cluster of wiring.
Get everything unplugged. You want to hold that console up. You got it? So get that wire done and we're free.
Right now we are going to crack it open and get into the front of the console so we can access the ribbon cable that comes from the overlay and connects to the control board. A lot of times these ribbon cables can get gummed up with sweat. Any moisture likes to absorb up in there and they can bubble up. You will see what we find here. Be mindful of these cables through the back.
Let's see, and we've got one more ground.
Main ribbon cable we're worried about is going to be this one here. This wraps around, goes through the front, and enters pretty much right behind back here.
So as you can see here, if you zoom in, there's tons of buildup here all along the bottom. Looks like somebody's been spraying this console. Not a good sign. We'll unplug this ribbon cable very carefully, making sure to grab on the plastic piece and not on the ribbon wire. These will pull directly out of here, and then you're going to need a new overlay whether it was good or bad. So we can already see here, if you zoom in, there's tons and tons of junk inside of that. That camera will focus. Probably can't see that as well as, yeah, tons and tons of junk. But we're going to test this out. So what you want to do, you want to set your multimeter to ohms. Afterwards, you want to have somebody hold a button on the console so this way we can, there we go. We're going to unplug this one just for...
And I've got the go button pressed currently on the front faceplate here so we can test to see if we're getting any continuity or any ohm reading across these wires.
Now, on some of these overlays, it might not be enough to make your multimeter actually beep, but you will see a reading if the button is good. So we'll go along all of these. Nothing. Down one here. Nothing.
last one's a test, and we aren't getting anything.
Absolutely nothing. So the corrosion from inside of this sticker, the go button should have been along this ribbon cable.
You can kind of see some.
Yeah, another. See if we can get a better. There we go. You can kind of see a little bit of that junk inside of there. It's got kind of a white residue underneath that green. And we know for a fact that this overlay, the sticker with the decal on it, is bad, and the lower board, or I guess upper board in this case, the rear board of this console, should still be good. We're going to get an overlay on this later, and
should fix it all up.
That should take care of them.
Thanks for joining us on a Facebook Live with Treadmill Heroes. Take care.